where their franchise player is Cam Newton. He has put up record-setting numbers in his first two seasons, but is just 2-12 in games decided by 7 points or less. Newton is listed as the 100 best offensive player according to the ESPN panelists. Ranked ahead of him are Andrew Luck, RG3, Kaepernick, and even Russell Wilson. Fact is, he hasn't won enough games, and those guys led their team to the playoffs. Last season, the Panthers finished 7-9, but did close the season with 4 straight wins, which probably saved Coach Rivera's job. Does Cam Newton play with a chip on his shoulder?
I'm gonna let them start because I'm gonna be a man. Y'all go ahead and start.
Newton, he's a good product. He just needs to have a defense that can hold the lead that he puts up there in the last 2 minutes of the game. Because there's a lot of games where they've been up, he's sitting there on the sideline cheering, doing the Superman. Next thing you know, touchdown on the other side. So, there goes the win.
No. Well, Cam's problem is not the defense. Carolina's problem is not the defense. Don't believe what you heard about the defense. If you're watching from the forum, it's not the defense, definitely. If you know anything about football, it's not the defense. The Carolina Panthers' problem is, number one, is Cam Newton. Number two is the coach. Now, why is it Cam's problem? Because he can't get it done. He should have been took this team to the playoffs. He can't win the close games. Why? It's a litany of issues. Fumbling, interceptions, incomplete passes. He throw an interception in the second quarter, it lasts the whole game. He ain't got it in the clutch. He just not a winner no more. That's how he used to be. He just ain't got it. They gonna finish last in the division.
So, he was on point when he said that Cam puts his team up and the defense gives it up. They played the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. They punted the ball. They got Atlanta down on the 1 yard line. 50 seconds left, no timeouts.
Come on, flip back up.
Hold on.
Back up. You joking, man.
Hold on.
Misleading the game.
I didn't say nothing about. Let me speak.
I don't care if you didn't say nothing when I was talking.
When they go down and score with a minute. When they played the Bears, your squad.
What happened? He threw a pick six and we took it to the house.
No,
Ended the
they
game
were winning the game.
Yeah, and he threw a pick six to Tim Jennings.
No,
they ain't gonna bring up something about my squad. They was winning the game. He threw a pick six to Tim Jennings. He never recovered.
Robbie Gold kicked the field goal to win the game.
What happened in the fourth quarter?
Your kicker kicked the field goal to win the game.
Did Cam Newton throw a pick six in the fourth quarter? That would
kill him. And then he went down there and scored.
He ain't clutch.
They went down there and scored again.
Cam Newton is a mess up, man.
Who kicked the winning field goal?
We did because we champs.
So if he kicked the winning field goal, then that means Cam took them down the field and scored again.
Every time the game get close, what's the record? 2-12 in close games?
You ain't making no sense. No, you're not.
They can't win a close game.
They went down and scored.
Cam can't win.
Chicago scored at the end of the game and win the game.
Cam can't
you ain't making no sense. They went down and scored. They went down and scored.
What about the defense?
They went down and
defense, Floyd.
They went down and scored. Their
defense
is garbage.
They were shutting the Bears down the whole game.
They didn't stop them.
They was stopping us the whole game.
They went down and scored to win the game. You know how we got
back in the game? Cam Newton threw that pick six.
They went down and scored to win the game, right?
You're wrong about Cam.
They went down and scored to win the game.
Keep talking, because I'm gonna
You say he's behind RG3, Kaepernick, and Russell Wilson.
That's what ESPN say.
You know why?
Why?
RG3, Kaepernick, and Russell Wilson. Running games is the top 3 in the NFL. RG3, Kaepernick, and Russell Wilson. Defenses is in the top 3 in the NFL. That's why they're in the playoffs. All them 3 quarterbacks is running game, and defense is the top in the NFL. That's the difference.
Which 3 is that?
Seattle, 49ers, and the Redskins. Running game.
Top in 3 and D. You wrong with that.
No, I didn't say. I said they
Carolina
running game.
got a better
running
defense
game.
than the Redskins.
Running game.
Carolina got a better.
No, their defense is not better.
You crazy as hell. You don't know the stats then.
You're crazy.
Who got the best D in NFC South? Total defense. It's Carolina Panthers. You don't know that.
Total defense? We ain't talking about total defense. We talking
running.
That's
the defense.
They ain't got no total defense. They ain't got no best total defense, man.
You're crazy. That's because you don't know.
Who got the number 1 running?
You know who is? It's Carolina Panthers first. You know who's second? You don't know who's second?
Who? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Falcons, Bucks third, and the Saints is last. They got the worst D.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
I know everything I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You want to say the Panthers got bad D?
Let me ask you this.
No.
They got the number.
No.
What
Let me tell you something.
What are they ranked?
And I don't know
I know what they rank.
I know what their
I know what they
offensive
rank.
ranking. I know what their offensive
They
ranking
rank
is.
10th in the league in defense.
I know what their
Carolina
offense is
Panthers.
ranked.
He don't know what he be talking about. I'm telling you.
Their running games is the top in the NFL.
Who running game is?
The Redskins got the number one.
No,
Panthers
we
got a
talking
good
about the
running game
Panthers.
too. What they rank? What the Panthers rank in running?
Because that is a false number. Because Cam Newton is their leading
I didn't
rusher.
give you no number yet.
Cam Newton.
I didn't even give you a number yet.
I think they number 7th or something like that.
The
But that's
Giants-
misleading though
Who made
because
the playoffs?
that's because Cam Newton is the leading
How many
rusher.
teams in the playoffs got a better defense and a better running game? You know how many? Not that many.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
The Redskins ain't got a better D.
Yeah, their defense is better.
That's not ranked better.
Yes, they are. They're a better defense. They better against the
Who
pass.
got a better
They're
running game than the
defense against
Panthers in the
pass.
playoffs? You know who does it? Green
All
Bay.
those teams that we just named.
Green Bay.
Seattle.
Green Bay don't
Seattle.
got it. Green Bay.
We're
Denver.
talking about these young
Baltimore,
guys. We're talking about these young guys that are ranked in front of him.
No, you talking about the problem.
That's what we're talking about. That's what it is.
You saying Cam ain't winning because of the defense and the running game.
Yeah.
That's completely false.
So
Hold on, let me ask you this.
You not
So when
letting
they
me
play,
talk.
when they played the Bucks, didn't the Bucks score at the end of the game to win the game?
Yeah.
When they played Atlanta, didn't
Well,
Atlanta score at the end of the game to win the
let
game?
me ask you
And they played the
let
Bears.
me
The
ask you
Bears
this.
scored at the end of the
Let
game
me
to
ask
win the
you this.
game.
He said Carolina got the best defense in the division. Do you know what they rank?
I don't know what they're ranked, but anybody that watches
don't
football,
know nothing.
anybody that watches football will
Talk to you
say,
with stats, man.
anybody that
Talk
watches
about it,
football
say
will
me.
not say that Carolina
That's what's going
has a
on.
good defense. He don't see a problem with the quarterback leading the team in rushing. What sense does that make? What team do you know where the quarterback leads the team in rushing and they have success?
You want to get exposed on this one too?
Go ahead.
You gonna be quiet when I
Go
expose
ahead.
you on this one too? All right. Why did Cam Newton? What they run? What they run in Carolina? What kind of offense they run?
They run like the pistol offense, like
They
all
run
the other
read option.
quarterbacks.
All right, read option. What did he run in college?
Read option.
All right, did he win a national championship running the read
With
option?
Michael Dwyer,
Right.
who was the MVP of the BCS championship game, a running game.
Right.
He did it with a running game.
Right,
though.
right. You know who led the team in rushing? Cam Newton, quarterback. Led the team rushing at Auburn, and they won a national championship game. Flood.
college.
You don't know that.
In college.
You the one posted.
In college, though.
Posted a video on the
No,
phone.
I said about winning.
You know why I didn't say
I
that?
said about
Because you look
winning.
like a fool to me
I said
on
about
there, man.
I said
That's why I
about
didn't make
winning.
no comment, because
About
you
winning.
look bad.
Winning many games. Winning many games. That's not gonna happen.
Let me finish.
What you
Let me
do in
finish.
college and do in the NFL is it
That's
ain't
how you
gonna work.
That's how you get when you get back in the corner. You get exposed for your
How
bad
am I getting
knowledge.
exposed?
I'm just telling you. You said a quarterback can't win no games. It's a
In
fact.
the
It's
NFL,
on the form.
in the NFL,
He won
in the
that.
NFL, what
I'm gonna get on
quarterback
the
has
NFL
won?
next. I'm gonna get on the NFL next.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the NFC South.
We
We're talking about the NFC South, though.
Let's hear.
Talk
what
about
he
the
gotta say.
NFC South is what we're talking about.
Let's hear what he got.
Not the BCS National
Let's
Championship.
hear what he got to
They
say.
won the
Flood.
championship. Cam, leading rusher, quarterback, which you say can't happen, right? So what did the Carolina Panthers do? They didn't run a read option before he got there. They grabbed what he did in college and performed in the Carolina Panthers.
You gotta
and
have
it
a
worked.
running
Let me
back.
finish.
You
Let
gotta
me
have a
finish.
running back
Let
to
me
do
finish.
that. Redskins
Their
didn't run
offense is
that.
good.
Seattle
Their
didn't
offense
run
is
that.
good.
The 49ers didn't run the read option.
Hold on,
None of those teams
hold on,
ran the
let
read
him- let
option.
him speak.
But they still got running games, though.
Carolina Panthers got a running game too.
They ain't got Cam Newton the leading rusher.
They got a better running game than Super Bowl
Cam Newton
champions.
is
I'm
rushing.
gonna disagree with you. They got good running backs, but they haven't
They
performed.
ain't got no running
What do you
game.
mean?
They don't-
I'm not worried about their individual backs. Running game is not about backs. It's about rushing yards. If your team can rush for 2,000 yards, it's about what does rushing mean? Why do you need to run the ball?
D'Angelo Williams has not been good.
Marshawn Lynch leads.
He got 300 carries, Flood.
Alfred Morris is up there.
300
rushing.
carries. How
Yeah.
many carries did
They
DeAndre
don't
Williams
get
get?
them. They don't get them.
How many carries did
Because they don't
DeAndre
run
Williams
the
get?
ball.
170.
They're ineffective. It's ineffective.
What do you mean 170?
Whatever
He
the-
averaged 4 points something.
Regardless of how many carries he is, they're not effective running the ball.
Let's get
They're
back.
not
let's get-
effective running the ball.
The running game, they don't control the clock.
No.
That running game at all, though.
They control the clock. What do you mean they only they don't control the clock at the end of the game because Cam Newton fumbling and throwing incomplete passes. They ninth in rushing in the league. That's why he throw for so many yards because they got to protect. You can't take the running game from Cam. They good. They got a good offense. They got a
Let's
good
take
defense.
this call because I'm sure somebody want these tickets, right? Who we got calling? Let's talk sports.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
This the meal ticket.
Hey, how you feel?
Pretty good. I'm feeling pretty real. Good looking. I'm feeling pretty real. You know what y'all talking about, man?
Man, it's on fire in here. You know what, Jamil? I'm finna play referee. Kamasi's calling Flood a fraud with his stats. It's crazy in here. They talking about Cam Newton.
Oh, you know Cam Newton. So he gotta have the clutch gene too. You know, I look at it from both sides. I mean, Carolina not giving me no help. You know who they got besides Steve Smith? As soon as they drafted him, D'Angelo Williams got phony, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he's got to have the clutch gene, the Montanas. You know, cause like he got to be able to win a quarterback duel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna score a last touchdown. You know, he can't have the ball and the team lose, and they could have won. That's not cool.
Yeah.
But I'm with him. He's on the side though. He's a brother and all support. He got all the tools. He got all the tools to be great. To be the greatest all time.
All right, Mill. Thanks for the call.
The Bears.
Let's talk some sports.
The Bears
You
kicked
do
the
a pick
win.
six, man. You making all the excuses.
They
you
don't-
can,
that's
man.
earlier in the
Let's go
game,
on to
though.
the
We
subject,
talking about the
because you don't
last
let me talk.
series.
You don't got to
It
explain.
ain't making no sense.
I done seen the chink in your
It
armor,
ain't making
man.
no sense.
Hey, hold on.
When they kick a
You-
field
you-
goal
you used to
on the
argue
clock,
that I don't know
when
nothing.
you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
I don't tell you.
When they kick a field goal, when they kick a field goal, when the clock, because that's the end of the game. You talking about a pick six at the end of the in the third quarter.
Run the game, they be better.
You talking about a pick six at the end in the third quarter.
In Russian.
You talking about a pick six in the
It's like
third quarter. We talking about kicking a game winning field goal.
They had a worse D than Carolina.
Kicking a game winning field goal.
There's like 4 teams in the playoffs that had a worse
You
record.
talking about interceptions? You
Fine,
got
My guys, we gotta move on.
Move
We can
on,
talk
man.
about Cam all day.
Can't finish game.
So what about the game like when they played the Chiefs when he threw for 300 some yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they lost?
I don't know what happened.
Their defense gave it up. What do you mean you don't know what happened? If he throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, then have another 70 some yards rushing, and they lose.
He still got. He the quarterback. He the head. He
Yeah,
got to
I know.
how to win the game.
I know.
They lost. They
I
lost
know.
to the Buccaneers 16-10. Why he didn't win
Yeah,
that game?
I know.
The defense only gave up 10 points and they lost 16-10. What about? I can bring up felonious games like you do. That's your point. You don't want to talk about overall defense during the season because you're wrong. You don't want to do that. I
No.
got that. What about when they lost to the Bucs 16-10?
They lost that game.
Why?
Well, what
The
about
defense shut them down.
Yeah, they did.
Against the Bears,
I'm not
they
saying.
lost.
I'm not saying that
We
every.
couldn't score
I'm not
against
saying-
Carolina
I'm
until
not-
the fourth
no,
quarter,
no.
until Cam. But they was
He
beating us
went
the
down
whole
there-
game. I
He
was
went
mad
down there
watching
and
it.
won the game though. He went down there and scored. He threw a pick six. Chicago went up.
Why you went in the gate to pick six? Like
He-
that wouldn't
I'm
be.
not. But I'm just saying you can't say what shit happened earlier in the game and then say, oh, well,
He
he threw a
wasn't
pick.
early in the game. It's in the fourth quarter.
But then he went down and put him back ahead though.
And
Okay.
That does happen a lot. You can't
They
ignore
defense
the
was
You
fact-
can't ignore the
You can't
fact that
ignore
he
the
got
fact
the
that-
lead back though.
that he does get the lead back and goes and sits down
Yeah,
with the
he
lead.
got the lead
All
back.
like
Lead
this,
back
like,
all
I got
the time.
lead. I'm gonna sit down.
He don't get the lead.
And then
If you want defense,
and
if
then
you
all
want,
of a sudden, like,
if you want a defensive side, like I'm shutting the boys
I can
down.
name 3 games
shutting-
where he did.
But it's a
I'm-
guarantee that if he gets
You know,
if he
why
gets
does he
them the
lose?
lead,
They
but I'm
lose.
saying you can guarantee if he gets them the lead, it's not protected.
The game, yeah.
It's not protected. It's not. There's no.
He threw a
They
pick.
ranked 10th in defense.
He threw a pick
Why do they
six
lose so
against
many
the
close
Bears.
games? They average 22 points a game.
Okay, but
they
the
give up
average
22.
doesn't mean
Well,
when
it does
they
because
give up.
they in
Like-
close games. The
They don't
quarterback
have-
got to be able
they
to
don't
win
have
them
the ball-
close
They
games.
don't have the ball at the end.
Luck does it.
They don't have the ball at the end.
RG3 does it.
They don't have the ball at the
Wilson
end.
does it. Cam can't do it, and
They
that's
did
the
not have.
difference.
They did not have the
They
ball. at the
defense
end.
give up the same amount of points. You act like Washington
But see,
They did not have
Redskins.
the
So you
ball at the
can't-
end.
Washington Redskins give
You
up
can't
25
say
points a game,
average
more
and then
than
say
the
end of the
Panthers.
game. You can't say average
No.
and then say
Why
at
not?
the end of the
Exactly.
game.
Why not?
Because the average is from the front
They
to the
def-
back.
What do you mean? The defense is giving. Washington Redskins had a bad
Okay,
defense.
but what I'm
How about
saying-
the Baltimore Ravens?
Okay, but what I'm saying
Defense
is,
horrible.
what I'm saying is,
Giving
you
up
can't,
25
you
a
can't pick and
game.
choose when you're gonna say the defense is averaging. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think.
Stats.
I don't.
and when
I think y'all looking
there's a
at
point
Cam
in
and
the
not looking
game
at
when
the
they
defense.
actually give up, points.
I looked at the defense. I looked at them let Atlanta go down the field on their 1 yard line.
I
No
don't know.
timeout.
This is crazy. The Baltimore Ravens had a bad defense. Everybody wants to say they had a good defense because the defense showed up in the playoffs.
They had a
But
great
before
running
that,
game. They had a
they was
good
bad.
running game.
Carolina Panthers had a better running
No, they
game.
didn't. No, they
They had
didn't.
more yards than the Ravens.
Because of Cam.
He run as a part of the rushing. Why you
Ah,
want to exclude
man.
Cam? That's what he run the read
If-
option,
if
Flood.
If you exclude
Flood,
RG3
what is the read
running
option?
numbers,
What a quarterback runs.
it don't work if
No,
you
it's
if
part of the
you
offense when a
It don't
quarterback
work if your
runs.
running backs don't
You're
run.
Crazy, man.
Let's talk
You act like it's
sports.
Jay Cutler running, leading the team in rushing.
Let's talk
It's
sports.
a
Who we got?
game plan. They plan
You
for
talking-
Cam to run.
I can't argue with ignorance, man. It don't, you know what I'm saying? When you
Now you
talking
get
ignorant,
mad.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying though. I'm naming every quarterback, and they got a 1,500 plus yard rusher. They got and you talking about that don't matter?
All them running backs carry the ball 300
It
plus
don't matter.
yards.
They got the yards.
What do you mean it don't matter?
So that's taking away.
What do you
They
mean
got
it
the
don't
yards.
matter?
What do you mean?
What do you don't matter?
They ran for 15
if someone throw for
yards.
5,000 yards, I throw for 200. You gonna blame me because I throw the ball 10 times and dude threw it for 400? Don't make no sense.
They got 1,500 plus yards.
You know,
Everybody you name, 1,500 plus yards.
300 carries. 300 carries. You know
That's
why?
helping the team out, though.
You know why
That's helping them
D'Angelo
out.
Williams didn't get 300 carries? Because they didn't need it. They was already gaining yards with Cam Newton. The offense is read option where you run the ball with the quarterback. He getting paid to run. He did the same thing in college. I told you already about Auburn. He led Auburn to national championship, leading his team in rushing.
College, yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah,
That's why Cam Newton.
Denard Robinson led Michigan in rushing too. What
We
that
talking
mean?
about Cam
We
Newton.
talking about college.
We talking about Cam
Not
Newton.
college rushing.
Don't matter, but they got
know
the
what I
same
mean?
offense as the read options.
It don't-
Cam
it
is
don't even
successful
work.
because he can get yards rushing the ball.
You got to be able to run the ball.
Take Cam rushing yards away.
RG3 is successful because Alfred Morris run the ball.
What do you mean?
That's why.
He gained more yards than Cam Newton with less rushing yards.
RG3
He run the
is
ball the
successful.
same amount of times as Cam Newton.
RG3 because
RG
he
ran
got
the ball 120
because
times.
he
You don't like stats.
because
You
he
slow
running
stats.
across.
You slow
He
stats.
running
I know
around
that
the crowd with a
you
wide
post
open.
stats all day online. When you get in here, you can't remember them. That's what's going on. You can't Google in the studio.
I'm telling you.
That's
I'm
what's
telling
up.
you. He got.
You ain't
I don't
named
need
one
to
stat.
Google.
You ain't named one stat in the studio. You go
I
online.
ain't never.
You
What are
mention
you talking
100
about?
stats.
What are you talking about? All the
What
rushing
you
you
mean?
talking about is 1,500
You think I'm a
plus
fool?
rushing.
Online, you gonna post nothing but stats.
I'm
You coming here?
posting them now.
You know why you can't post them?
I'm posting them now.
Because you Googling.
You crazy. Man, I
You
make
ain't got
money.
it up
I
there.
make money off of that.
I make money off it too.
You don't
Don't
make
get
more than
mad.
me.
You better
don't
talk to
make more than
somebody
me.
else. How
You
you
ain't
know
making
that?
no sense. You
I'm
ain't
making
making no
no sense.
sense.
You online. You know you want to get all the stats I say, but as soon as you go online,
Because what you saying
wanna
is stupid.
Google.
When you ain't
You wanna-
recognizing
you know
that
what you
all
do?
these dudes
all
got
them
1,500
all
yards
them
rushing.
videos you attacking people that you know don't know no football.
You don't know
Why-
football.
Why would you? You don't
You
put
don't
me
know
on blast
football.
because you can't because I
You
kill
don't know
on.
football.
Cam Newton has 741 rushing yards.
At 127 carries,
D'Angelo Williams
173
had
carries.
737. That's only 4 yards difference.
No,
For
carries.
your
Look at the
quarterback.
carries.
Your
Look at the
quarterback
carries.
is
What you
leading
wanna know?
your
I know
team in
everything that's in
rushing.
your phone.
I'm not disputing anything. I'm just saying
What you want to know?
it is.
You don't got to Google
what-
it. What you want to know how many carries?
I'm just saying
What
that's what it
in
is.
what football? What does that make
What
sense?
quarterback and running back got the same carries in the National Football League? They got the same carries on their line. Who got it? Ralph Morris, how many carries he got? 335. You know how many carries
Because
RG3
it's
got?
effective.
You know how many carries he got? 120. He doubled his yards. All them 1,500 yards he rushing, they got 300
because when
carries.
you're in third
How
and
you
long,
can't get it through that
when you're
slow,
constantly
man?
in third and long, they can't run the ball.
They don't need more offense. Carolina don't need more offense. They
When
score
you're in
enough
third and long,
points.
you can't run the ball.
They
When
score
you're in
enough
third and
offense.
short, they
You
give
think
it to the
Carolina need
running
more
back.
offense? They don't. They scoring enough. Can't get it done at the end of the game. They don't need more rushing yards. They don't need more offense.
but if
They're
you can
scoring
say-
22 a
if
game.
You can say
He
Cam
turned-
can't get it done at the end of the game. You can also say the defense don't get it done at
They
the
don't
end of
get
the
it
game.
done. You don't watch
You
football,
can
man.
say both don't get it done at the
I
end
don't
of
watch.
the game.
I
You don't watch.
I mean, it's not like the defense is out
You ain't
there
got no
shutting
evidence
people
that I don't
down.
watch.
You know,
You go online.
Because you talking about the
You go online, you gonna Google stats and post them and make a
I'm
video
telling
of
you right
somebody
now,
you don't know.
you're ignoring it like you don't even understand the fact that they
I'm
lose
challenging
these
you on
games.
every single thing you said.
So
Name one thing I didn't challenge you on.
So-
every single thing out your mouth,
so
I
the
got you
Bears
in the corner.
didn't. So the Bears didn't kick a game-winning field goal to win the game.
I already told you yes 5 times.
So what are you talking about? Cam can't get it done.
Because
They kicked the field.
game.
They were winning the game.
All right.
They lost on defense.
All right,
Cam
let me
don't play
tell you.
defense.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Was they winning the game against it? They threw the pick 6 and then they wasn't winning the game.
Earlier in the
Let me finish,
game,
let me
what are you
finish.
talking
It wasn't. It was
about?
the
We're
fourth
talking about the
quarter.
end of the game.
4 minutes left in the game. He threw a pick 6, dog.
We're
That's
talking about the
crucial.
end of the game. But then he went
Why
back
you
and
wanna
redeemed
talk about
himself
that?
and scored the
All right,
game.
against Atlanta. What happened in Atlanta game when he fumbled?
They got the ball, they punted and put Atlanta down on the 1-yard line with 50 seconds left, no timeout.
That's misleading. The game was 45 seconds left. It was 3rd and 2. Atlanta had no timeouts. Cam Newton crossed the first down line.
Exactly.
Game was over.
Exactly.
What happened when he crossed the first down line?
fumbled.
He fumbled. The game was over.
He fumbled.
He fumbled.
They
What happened?
recovered it, and they
What happened?
punted it, though.
They challenged it. They challenged it, and they put it back. They ran the same play, and he fumbled again.
No, he didn't. They punted the ball.
And
Atlanta didn't get the ball on the
game
1-yard
was
line.
over. The game was the game over if he didn't fumble? Was the game over if he
It
didn't
was.
fumble?
The game was over.
So that's
He didn't
on Cam
fumble.
Newton.
No.
You don't want to bring it up because you're
That's-
weak in your
no.
arguments, dog.
They didn't get
You want
the
somebody to
defense
say
did not get the ball.
You
Answer
want-
me this
you
question.
prey off people not
Answer
knowing
this question.
You leave
The
everything
defense
out,
did-
and I know everything
Can
you
you
leave
answer
it
the
out,
question?
and I'm on you
Can
about
you
it.
answer the question? Can you
And
answer
that's
the
why
question?
you called me ignorant. You try to call
Can
me
you answer the
I'm on
question?
you.
Can you answer the
What,
question?
did the Bears kill field goal? I told you
No.
yes.
Did Atlanta get the ball on the 1-yard line with
Yes,
seconds
and they
left?
threw a Hail
And
Mary.
And they went down and scored.
And they threw a
He
Hail Mary.
don't play
Yes.
defense.
Was the game over if he didn't fumble? You
That's
don't want to
stupid,
blame
though,
him
man.
because you infatuated with
But-
Cam.
but
for
I
some reason.
don't talk about what happened earlier in the
any
game, though, man. I'm
situation,
talking about.
You should never give up a touchdown.
If your defense is on there to end the
With a
game,
minute
that's on the
left.
defense.
With a
Look,
minute
Buck,
left.
stop packaging your boy. He
I'm
didn't
not.
give up a touchdown.
I don't care if
And
he's not even here.
Atlanta
I'm
didn't
just
score a
saying.
touchdown. You don't
So
even
when
know
you-
that.
so when you
Somebody
talk
know
about-
out.
when you
They
talk
didn't
about-
kick the
when
field
you
goal.
talk about
I don't
Denver-
care if
They
he
threw
here
a
or
Hail
not.
Mary and he caught it miraculously.
And when you
with
talk
3
about
people
Denver
loaded,
in the playoffs,
and he kicked the field goal.
they say the safety
54
blew that game.
Okay, here's my thing.
Come on, let's go one at a time.
Okay, here's my
break,
thing.
but you
What-
keep, I'm gonna
okay,
get on you
we-
too.
We can go back. We can go back a season when
you just said a touchdown.
when
That's
San
not what
Francisco when San Francisco beat the Saints in the playoffs. That's like saying Drew Brees can't
Didn't
get it done. Is what you saying?
Because the Niners went back down and scored.
That's exactly what you're
If your
saying.
quarterback ain't on the field at the end of the game, that's
Drew
on the
Brees didn't get it
defense.
done.
When
Right.
Denver lost, Raheem Moore gave up a touchdown. That's on him. They ain't on Peyton Manning for losing that game when he gives up a
Was it
touchdown.
45 seconds
Can
left?
I answer this question? You right about that point. But Drew Brees don't got a history of doing it. Cam Newton does.
It's a short
They never
history.
win. They
That's a
never.
short history.
It's a long history. They
It's
2
2
and
years,
they 2
man.
and 12. What's the
That's 2
stats
years
in the
into
close
the
games?
league.
Cam Newton can't get it done. He got so many times where he get the ball, they can't win the close games. All of a sudden, Drew
All the
Brees got
times-
one game you can bring
All the
up.
times that they did, they
There's
give
like
them,
there's
they
like
losing on
15
defense,
games
though.
that Cam Newton can't close out. They should have never
Well,
won
then-
7-9
okay. Well, then
when
you
they was in.
can say-
They
you
was
can
in
say that
9
about Peyton
games.
Manning's
Look,
career.
look. The Carolina
Manning's
Panthers got
career is
9
that.
games they should have won last year.
In the playoffs,
Cam
Peyton
Newton,
Manning's
ain't know to
career
get
is
in the
like that.
locker room. He's sulking. He mad because he know they should have went to the playoffs because they got a good defense. They got a good offense. They just not closing games out the end. It's all on Cam and he can't take it. He going into Vince Young stage. He about to crash. If he don't perform this year, the boy is done.